Hey everybody, Crafting Journey here, that Journey Chick on Instagram. My understanding is that a verdict has been reached in the Ahmad Arbery case, so we are on verdict, still on verdict watch. Nobody has entered the courtroom yet, um, but we can gather together while we're waiting for the verdict to be announced. I will be sharing my screen with everyone. Let me get over to the tab. Here we go. Okay, so we are now officially looking for the judge to come onto the courtroom. They've told everybody they have to be within 10 minutes of the courthouse. Oh my goodness, what's going on here? All right, just pulling up my YouTube so I can talk to the chat. Welcome. If you're just coming in, we have a verdict in the Ahmad Arbery case. We're waiting for the judge to come in. Hi, DP Crochet and Loom Knitting. Hello, hello. How are you? Just letting people know that I am live for the verdict. I'm just going to go back to StreamYard real quick. Put myself here, over here. There we go. Hey, Jen, how are you? Lisa, hello. Hello, everybody. Okay, yeah. So my understanding from the moderator of the chat on Long Crime Network is that there is a verdict. So it's also lunchtime. So I don't know if they're eating lunch and then they're going to read the verdict, but we've been told that there is a verdict. Or maybe they want to go home and eat lunch. I would. They're probably getting sick of whatever those bagged lunches are that they're serving the jury there. Plus, there's lots of cooking to be done. Hey, narrate. I'm sure they would like to get home to their families and start cooking the Thanksgiving dinner and be done with this. It's not nonsense. It's not nonsense, but be done with it. Hi, Dana. Welcome. Is everybody off today? Okay, here we go. I hear something. The volume's on. So hopefully we'll get a
all of the defendants present, represented by counsel. I understand we have.
Okay.
This way to put it in.
All right. We're back on. All of the defendants present, represented by
Now,
counsel.
I realize that you're watching this somewhere else. There is a delay between what you're seeing on my screen and what you may be seeing. So if you hear the verdict before everybody else, let's not spoil it, because a lot of people are just watching it here. There's probably a few second delay. So, hi, Mickey. Hello, Melody. Welcome, everybody. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up on your way in or out if you're enjoying the content of the channel. Subscribe. I know you guys are all subscribed, but ring the notification bell so you don't miss stuff like this, because it's exciting. I can turn the volume up so I can hear it. There we go. I like this judge. He's been very no nonsense. Oh, Dana's been off all week. How lucky. That's awesome. I sort of have. I'm working from home today, and I've just got a few more little projects to finish up on. So, yeah. A whole paper full of stuff to do, but I'm almost done. Yeah. And then I would say I could help my sister cook, but the kitchen's very crowded. I have those galley kitchen, and it just gets too crowded in there. Oh, this guy here, this is Roddy Bryant that they're focusing in on now, or just now. And that guy, I think he might get a break here. He might be not guilty. I don't know. Well, I just don't get a sense of this jury, so who knows? Oh, Melody likes him too. Very professional. He is very professional. He did not let that whole black preacher comment, in fact, he said he found it reprehensible, which I did too. So they're waiting for the jury to come into the courtroom. Then they will have the foreperson announce whether they've reached a verdict. He'll ask for the form. He'll look over the form to make sure it's all in order. There's actually going to be 3 verdict forms, one for each defendant. So he'll look those over, and then the verdict will be announced. Boy, the picture is really fuzzy today. This cameraman can't seem to keep it focused. I don't know why. Oh, Lisa bought the like button some peppermint cocoa. He looked a bit rough this morning. Oh, I'm sure he appreciates it. Thank you. All right, we're just going to listen in. I am glad this happened at lunchtime and not, late tonight. Hi, Cheryl.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Madam Foreperson, I understand you have reached a verdict as to each defendant. Please hand your verdict forms to the sheriff.
Hi, Craft and Judy. I'm gonna have to write this down because this is a lot of different verdicts here. And then if you guys have questions after this, we can hang out and I'll answer questions. Hi, Joanna. Nice to have you. Yeah, don't tell us, Cheryl.
I'm going to go ahead and address each one of these verdict forms separately. The first verdict form I have is the state of Georgia versus Travis McMichael. Mr. McMichael, please stand.
All right, Travis is first. He is the shooter.
Verdict is as follows. In the Superior Court of Glenn County, state of Georgia, the state of Georgia versus Travis McMichael, case number CR 000433. Jury verdict form. Count 1, malice murder. We, the jury, find the defendant, Travis McMichael, guilty. I'm going to ask that whoever just made an outburst be removed from the court, please.
Yep, that's the family that just got taken out. Wow. Hi, baby cakes. Yeah, you're not allowed to have emotional outbursts during the reading of the
As
verdict.
this court has indicated, I ask that there be no outbursts in the court, and I expect as much from the gallery. Please respect the court's desire for this as we move forward. If you feel like you need to make a comment or otherwise demonstrate with respect to the verdict, I do ask that you step out of the courtroom now. Count 2, felony murder. We, the jury, find the defendant, Travis McMichael, guilty. Count 3, felony murder. We, the jury, find the defendant, Travis McMichael, guilty. Count 4, felony murder. We, the jury, find the defendant, Travis McMichael, guilty. Count 5, felony murder. We, the jury, find the defendant, Travis McMichael, guilty. Count 6, aggravated assault. We, the jury, find the defendant, Travis McMichael, guilty. Count 7, aggravated assault. We, the jury, find the defendant, Travis McMichael, guilty. Count 8, false imprisonment. We, the jury, find the defendant, Travis McMichael, guilty. Count 9, criminal attempt to commit a felony. We, the jury, find the defendant, Travis McMichael, guilty. Dated this 24th day of November, 2021, signed by the foreperson.
I can explain all that to you guys later.
I see. As
Wow.
to Gregory McMichael. In the Superior Court of Glenn County, the state of Georgia versus Greg McMichael. Case number CR20000433. Jury verdict form. Count 1, malice murder. We, the jury, find the defendant, Greg McMichael, not guilty. Count 2, felony murder. We, the jury, find the defendant, Greg McMichael, guilty. Count 3, felony murder. We, the jury, find the defendant, Greg McMichael, guilty. Count 4, felony murder. We, the jury, find the defendant, Greg McMichael, guilty. Count 5, felony murder. We, the jury, find the defendant, Greg McMichael, guilty. Count 6, aggravated assault. We, the jury, find the defendant, Greg McMichael, guilty. Count 7, aggravated assault. We, the jury, find the defendant, Greg McMichael, guilty. Count 8, false imprisonment. We, the jury, find the defendant, Greg McMichael, guilty. Count 9, criminal attempt to commit a felony. We, the jury, find the defendant, Greg McMichael, guilty. This 24th day of November, 2021, signed by the foreperson. Mr. William R. Bryan. In the Superior Court of Glenn County, state of Georgia versus William R. Bryan. Case number CR20000433. Jury verdict form. Count 1, malice murder. We, the jury, find the defendant, William R. Bryan, not guilty. Count 2, felony murder. We, the jury, find the defendant, William R. Bryan, not guilty. Count 3, felony murder. We, the jury, find the defendant, William R. Bryan, guilty. Count 4, felony murder. We, the jury, find the defendant, William R. Bryan, guilty. Count 5, felony murder. We, the jury, find the defendant, William R. Bryan, guilty. Count 6, aggravated assault. We, the jury, find the defendant, William R. Bryan, not guilty. Count 7, aggravated assault. We, the jury, find the defendant, William R. Bryan, guilty. Count 8, false imprisonment. We, the jury, find the defendant, William R. Bryan, guilty. Count 9, criminal attempt to commit a felony. We, the jury, find the defendant, William R. Bryan, guilty. Signed this 24th day of November by the foreperson. Go ahead and see. Before having read the verdicts and accepted the verdicts,
That's his mother.
anything from the state?
Ahmad Arbery's mother.
Anything from the defense?
We asked the jury to be polled, Your Honor.
All defendants asked the jury to be polled. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to ask each of you individually a set of 2 questions with respect to the verdicts that I have just read. If you could please respond when you hear your juror
Stick
number.
around after this and I can explain what happened
Juror
with this
number 1,
verdict.
you have heard the verdicts read. Were these your verdicts then, and are these your verdicts now?
Yes, sir.
Juror number 2, you have heard the verdicts read. Were these your verdicts then, and are these your verdicts now? I think I can't. Okay, 2. Juror number 3, you have heard the verdicts read. Were these your verdicts then, and are these your verdicts now?
Yes.
Juror number 4, you have heard the verdicts read. Were these your verdicts then, and are these your verdicts now?
Yes, sir.
This is a formality that
Juror number
most
5,
defendants ask for
you have heard the
for
verdicts read.
purposes of
Were these your
appeals.
verdicts then, and are these your verdicts now?
Yes, Your Honor.
Juror number 7, you have heard the verdicts read. Were these your verdicts then, and are these your verdicts now?
Yes, Your Honor.
Juror number 8, you have heard the verdicts read. Were these your verdicts then, and are these your verdicts now?
Yes, Your Honor.
Juror number 9, you have heard the verdicts read. Were these your verdicts then, and are these your verdicts now?
Yes, Your Honor.
Juror number 10, you have heard the verdicts read. Were these your verdicts then, and are these your verdicts now?
Yes, Your Honor.
Juror number 11, you have heard the verdicts read. Were these your verdicts then, and are these your verdicts now?
Yes, Your Honor.
Juror number 12, you've heard the verdicts read. Were these your verdicts then, and are these your verdicts now?
Yes, Your Honor.
And juror 16, you have heard the verdicts read. Were these your verdicts then, and are these your verdicts now?
Yes, sir.
The jury has been polled. Anything further from the defense? Congratulations, Michael.
No, Your Honor.
From Mr. Bryan.
No, Your Honor.
Ladies and gentlemen, what that means with the court having accepted your verdict is that your role in this case is now at an end. What we're going to do today is I'm going to have all of you, the panel and the three alternates, go ahead and retire in the jury room. I'm going to address a couple matters logistically with you in the jury room once we get done here. But before we do that, and before I excuse you, I do want to thank you publicly for your service here in Glynn County. It has been a long trial, and I appreciate the fact that you have been attentive. You've listened to the evidence, and that is what we ask in this court. It's a very simple ask in a very complex way, so it's appreciated. When we all got together, I say we all got together, when we got together at different times, I said that I was going to thank you a number of times and how I was going to tell you I do truly appreciate your time here. Hopefully you understand why I said that when we started. I do also hope that you got a little bit of an insight into what goes on in a trial and maybe understand a little bit more of how important it is for members of our community to come down and be part of this process.
By logistics, he means he's got to find a way to get these jurors out safely, which I don't think that's going to be a problem given their verdict.
All right, majority.
But he's going to get them safely to their vehicles. Now, I don't believe sentencing would be at this time. They would do that separately on a separate date. And I do not believe this is a death penalty case. But none of these guys are going to get out of prison anytime soon. I will explain the verdict to you in a second.
Usual practice with regard to sentencing to go ahead and give everybody some time to put together what they need to put together for a full sentencing hearing. I'm going to have to look at the schedule and see how that works with my schedule up in Chatham County and the schedule here in Glynn County. I'll get back to everybody about some dates and see what works with respect to dates. That should give everybody an opportunity to put together whatever evidence may be shown in aggravation from the state or mitigation from the defense. Hopefully we'll get to that in the next couple of weeks. Again, I'll make sure council knows what those dates are. That addresses the open matter then before the court. Anything from the state before we adjourn?
Nothing further from the state, Your Honor.
From Travis McMichael.
No, Your Honor.
From Greg McMichael.
No, Your Honor.
And from Mr. Bryan.
No, Your Honor.
All right, the defendants then are ordered to remain in the custody of the sheriff, and we are adjourned. Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to stop sharing, and I'm going to explain the verdict for you. So, each one of these counts were basically tied together. So for example, Travis McMichael was found guilty on everything. Malice, murder, like that meant he was the shooter. So as to Gregory and Roddy Bryant, they did not have anything to do with the actual shooting, firing of the weapon, killing Ahmad Arbery. So they were found not guilty. Now the felony murders, the first felony murder was for the aggravated assault. There were two different aggravated assaults that occurred. The first aggravated assault had to do with the one that occurred closest in time to the actual murder, which is why Roddy Bryant, who wasn't even at the scene, was found not guilty. His father was found guilty of the aggravated assault, as well as Travis. So they were additionally, because they had been found guilty of the aggravated assault, which is the underlying felony, they were also found guilty of the murder having occurred as a result of that felony. Same with the next aggravated assault, the false imprisonment. All of those are felonies, criminal intent to commit a crime. Those are all felonies, and because they were all found guilty on those felonies, the jury felt that those felonies resulted in his murder. Therefore, they were found guilty of the felony murders as well. So I think they got it right with respect to Roddy Bryant, having found him not guilty of that aggravated assault that was close in time to the murder, the actual firing of the weapon. He was found not guilty on the malice murder and the felony murder that came out of that aggravated assault. But all the other three felonies, they did find that he was guilty of those for basically trying to corner this guy with his truck, running him off into the ditch, with the weapon basically being his vehicle. So, yeah, interesting verdicts. I'll be curious to see what the sentencing is for those. Do you guys have any questions before we go? Anything you don't understand? If you missed the verdicts, Travis was found guilty on all counts. The father was found not guilty of the malice murder, but guilty on everything else. Roddy Bryant was found not guilty for malice murder, not guilty of the first felony murder, not guilty of the underlying aggravated assault to that felony murder, but was found guilty of all the other felonies and felony murder. So 3 counts of felony murder for Roddy Bryant. So interesting. Yeah, Bryant had not, I'm just trying to see what Cheryl's saying. Had not gone, he was found not guilty, but due to the vehicle assault, he was found. Yeah, he was basically using his vehicle as a weapon. So an interesting verdict. And I mean, I've listened to this whole trial. I've listened to the arguments of counsel. The defense counsel did an excellent job for their clients as best they could. I mean, you take it as it comes. When you're an attorney, you do your best, and the facts are the facts. I hope. My hope is that people, from these last 2 cases, think twice before they grab a weapon. Yeah. Leave the weapons at home. Please leave your assault rifles at home. Take them out to shoot the turkey, but otherwise leave them at home. I mean, or else you're going to end up in jail. My goodness. Yeah. The guy that was filming was found not guilty of felony of the malice murder, which means where Ahmad Arbery actually got shot with the rifle, because he didn't even know these guys were armed. He didn't know that Michael, father and son, were armed. So there was really no way to find him guilty of that. The aggravated assault, where he was assaulted in proximity to that actual shooting, he wasn't even on the scene yet, so he was found not guilty of that aggravated assault and that felony murder. But all of the other felonies, the aggravated assault, false imprisonment, and the criminal intent to commit a crime, which he did with his vehicle by following him, cornering him, running him off the road, he was found guilty of all those felonies, and the jury found that those felonies, but for those felonies, this murder would not have occurred. So he is guilty of felony murder on those 3 counts. So 6 counts he was found guilty of. So Cheryl says he was the one who videotaped it all when he should have stayed away. Yeah, stay in your driveway, mind your own business. That's what I always say. When the guy goes running by, just wave and say hello. Leave the police work to the police officers. Yep, that's the lesson there. Yeah. So Cheryl feels like the verdict was fair. Yeah, I do too. Yeah, you don't run in and get your weapon. They were so overreaching in this case. They had no right to do what they did. They just didn't. It was just really overreaching. Just call 911 and then stay in your own driveway and mind your own business and let the cops handle things. That would have been much better for everyone in this case. Anyway, Thank you guys for watching. Unless I have any other questions, comments, don't forget to hit the like button. He's busy drinking his hot cocoa that Lisa bought him, and he is getting it all over. He's making a huge mess with it, but he's enjoying it. So make sure you hit him. Jean says a just outcome all around. Crafting Journey agrees as well. I think this is, I think you're right. Now, what will happen now is they have a period of time before the sentencing where they will submit mitigating factors. The defense will submit mitigating factors. And some of the mitigating factors are that these three men don't have a criminal history. They're not career criminals. And that may mitigate in favor of a lesser sentence. You know, in other words, there's going to be a range for each one of these crimes. So that might give the judge some leeway to go to the lower range of the sentencing. The fact that, you know, they've never had any criminal background, that, you know, two of them have served in law enforcement. You know, we'll see. You know, and then the state will bring aggravating factors, which could be the fact that he ran in and got the rifle. And, you know, I don't know what the other aggravating factors they could say would be, but, and then at that point, the family would have a chance to speak to each one of these defendants and speak openly in court. They would have a chance to speak openly in court if they choose to. A lot of them don't because they'll have appeals, so they don't like to talk. But in any case, that will be in a few weeks, probably after the holidays, I would assume. Hi, Tia. Welcome. Too bad this judge was not the Rittenhouse judge. Oh, my goodness. Rochelle said she just received the news. The verdict was what I thought it would be. Yep. All right, guys. I'm going to say goodbye. Just a little, like, some scheduling notes. I will be doing Craft With Me Wednesday tonight at 6 p.m. I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing. We'll play it by ear. Probably crocheting, I'm thinking. I don't know. We'll see. I've also scheduled a Zoom for late Thursday night into Friday morning. It's going to be a Black Friday shopping Zoom where we all can see what each other is ordering from Diamond Art Club, see what other enabling stuff we can get into trouble with. Even if you're not planning on buying anything, come join me. The link will be in the Crafting Journey Facebook group to that Zoom. I will not be having a Zoom this Sunday. I have some family obligations, for the holiday. So Zoom on Sunday will be canceled, but I will be doing my live Sunday morning. So thank you guys for coming. Oh my gosh, Rochelle finally finished Monster Mash. Bless your heart. All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching the verdict. If you're watching back on the replay, don't forget #replay, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you in my daily show, Crafting and Crime Daily. Take care, everybody. Bye.